right now. Celebrity Sleaze with Leslie Fram, presented by McDonald's. Best part about working at McDonald's is the people.
I talked about a stinker in the theaters. We're talking about Joker. Folie à Deux is going to lose, are you ready for this, $150 million to $200 million.
It's going to lose, because the budget was so high?
The budget was so high.
How did they not know when they were filming that it was awful?
Said that it may only reach $210 million globally, far from the $450 million needed to break even. But guess what now? Warner Brothers, quote unquote, reportedly blaming, guess who? Joaquin Phoenix for the failure. Per the report, are you ready for this? The idea for the sequel came to Joaquin Phoenix in a dream, leading him and director Todd Phillips to pitch to a new former chairman of Warner Brothers, a now former chairman. Yet when asked who the target audience was for the sequel, one source simply stated it was for Joaquin.
Man, and Joaquin...
I mean, what?
Dude is on, and especially because he pulled out of that other movie and screwed them over. He is going to get blacklisted, I would think, from here forward in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, you can't cost $200 million to one company and then bail on some other company that was dependent on your participation. And now that company should be thanking him because that would have killed their movie.
Can you imagine going to like Warner Brothers or whomever and going, I had this dream last night. This idea came to me in a dream. What do you think?
Let me push you $400 million. Go.
I love this story. Hugh Grant revealed in an interview that for 4 years, he pretended to be his own talent agent using the name James Howe Ely. He created a fictitious email account and even used a Scottish accent on the phone to communicate with pros. I saved myself an absolute fortune.
Somebody has done that before.
Yeah, who else did that? I think that's legendary, right?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. And they would always send a note and just be, they were not that person. I feel like it was someone pretty big that did it early on, but did that ever get him any gigs?
Probably did. I mean, he's back. He's doing so much now.
He's a grumpster now. He lives in some small town in France, and Leslie and I went to lunch there. We were on full-on Hugh Grant, APB, and we did not see him. It's a teeny little town.
I do not understand this story. Justin Timberlake making amends for his DWI arrest. His wife, Jessica Biel, was reportedly not happy about the incident, but after pleading guilty, if you remember, taking actions, to show remorse, people are saying he's made amends. Well, what amends has he made? Because so far, I haven't seen them together. What's going on?
Is he trying? Yeah, which problem is he trying to solve? The wife who's pissed and apparently living separately, or his driving problem?
I know both. I think somebody was saying that he was actually out with a couple of other women that night.
No
but I'm not
way.
just saying allegedly.
Okay, but I mean, come on. Hasn't he been down that before? Was that him?
Yeah. You don't remember where he was caught
with a co-star
holding hands under the table?
Yes. So we have prior history.
Yes. All right, Kristen. Here's another crazy story. Kristen Cavallari thinks that Kanye West is a clone. She talked about this on her Let's Be Honest podcast.
Yeah, she's not joking. And I don't know. Like, this is kind of trippy. Maybe she needs to get the 24-year-old boyfriend boy toy back to satisfy her because she's going out.
Bring that dude back.
I think Kanye is a clone. I wholeheartedly believe what I'm about to say. I think there are clones, and I'm going to tell you why. Remember, he was really talking a lot. The cabal didn't like that, The Illuminati, the cabal, they did not like how much he was saying. He was calling a lot of people out, and he said, if I go away and I come back and I look different, that is not me.
If I ever went anywhere, we'd know why.
What the happened? He was gone for a little while.
No, hold on. Because he wanted to gain weight. I would do that too. I'm going to do that next summer.
Look at him. Compare old photos of him. It's not the same person. It's not. Don't cancel me, Hollywood.
How do you think that these people would hide that, Kristen? If somebody tried to clone you, I would scream it from the top of the mountains like that's not Kristen.
You literally will get killed.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I believe this with every ounce in my body.
You think that you could make one of the biggest pop stars in the world just disappear and nobody would come forward?
The people who are going to come out and say something get killed.
I mean, I don't understand the whole story. Why does he need a clone?
Okay, I don't know, but I have to say something. She has a word problem like you.
Oh.
I want you to, just the very beginning of the clip, I want you to hear a word that she is trying to say, but didn't say it properly.
We're sounding like horror?
Yeah.
I did catch that.
Listen.
I think Kanye is a clone. I wholeheartedly believe what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Okay.
She
wholeheartedly. Put that in Merriam-Webster's next year. Good catch.
We talked about this earlier on the cover of Rolling Stone, Bruce Springsteen and Zach Bryan. Zach asked Bruce Springsteen if he thought his music would be timeless.
When I listen to your music, it's like it seems timeless. And I wonder when you were 23 or 24 if you knew that was going to happen, you know?
I was acting like I thought it was going to happen, you know, because I didn't have a plan B. I only had plan A, which is I'm going to be a musician.
Our courses were opposite. Because I didn't even want to get out of the Navy. They were making me get out of the Navy, and I was like, I can't do this.
That's what I've been really curious about, is how I didn't have another life. I had no other real experiences as a musician since I was 14 years old, and performing live since I was 15, you know? So I was kind of like, I was invested in writing the best music I could and okay with whatever that outcome might
That's how
be.
I still feel.
Yeah.
To this day. And it's mind-blowing to think, like, the more you think you're okay with whatever's, like, happening and you're content with where you're at, it seems the bigger it gets.
I got a couple of cool music notes for you. Robert Smith of The Cure has revealed that the band have another album in the works that is virtually finished. And then a third record in the pipeline, too. Can you believe that?
What was the whole thing about we're going to go away and that's it?
No.
Okay.
Their long-awaited 14th album, Songs of a Lost World, their first since 2008, Barnes, is coming out November 1st.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear the whole album. I hope it's not completely downer. I need some catchy, you know, and give me a few. Like a song like High or something like that. I need that.
Have you heard about Martin Scorsese's new project? A new Beatles documentary called Beatles 64, premiering on Disney Plus November 29th, focuses on the band's arrival in the U.S. during 1964 and showcases their monumental fame and intimate moments. Also co-produced by Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, Olivia Harrison, and Sean Ono Lennon, with some very cool interviews.
Isn't there a rumor that there might be a Beatle on the Morning X soon?
I don't want to get your hopes up.
I've heard that somewhere.
Don't want to get your hopes up, Bonds. Jeremy Strong. You watched this show, Succession. He played Kendall Roy.
Yeah.
Recently sharing the challenges impacting the character had on his mental well-being. You know, he won an Emmy for that, right? So he said it messed his head up both off and on the screen. You hear this a lot with actors getting into roles. He admitted to losing touch with joy and at times had to imagine terrible things happening to him to prepare for the role. Anyway, he expressed relief at moving on from that chapter of his life. That's really sad when a role can actually affect your mental health.
Do I remember that you did not watch Succession?
Never watched it. I watched like 2 episodes and I could not identify with any of the characters.
You have to get and that's when you need 4 or 5. I false started 3 times, I think, on that. And then once you take off, you're there. Leslie, you have a gold mine of TV that you're just ignoring.
Okay, let me ask you this. If I get into Succession, will you go back and watch... Oh, let me think of all the shows that you can't stand.
No, but this is in your wheelhouse. This is one that you tried and couldn't. I'm telling you, you need a few more episodes. That's all.
I'll give it another try.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. That's your sleaze.